Well, this reminds me, it's a bit of a tangent, but this makes me want to reiterate to caution people who think they're superior to what's popular. It's okay to have your own tastes, but I've seen people who diminish and talk down upon things that are popular, right? And what Trump won because everyone's an idiot. People who like Avengers are stupid. Anything it is. That music's popular because it's bad. There's something to it if it's the best-selling movie of the century, right? I'm not saying it has to be your number one movie of all time, but if you're making 100 movie lists of the movies of the past decade, the one that is the most popular movie ever should probably be on it. And similarly, if you are a Democrat, you can't understand how Trump won, I would urge you to put aside the fact that your answer is that everyone's stupid and go, what would the answer be if it weren't that everyone was stupid? Does that make sense?
Totally.
Because I see this a lot. Is Martin Scorsese criticizing the Avengers, people criticizing the president, whatever it is, people saying Logan Paul. Oh, I can't believe that Logan Paul is the fastest growing YouTube channel ever back a year or two ago. His whole audience must be morons. And he's a moron. Yeah. And everyone's a moron. It's like, Logan Paul's not a moron. He's a self-made multimillionaire. What would the answer be if he weren't a moron? Maybe it's that he's a brilliant business person. Whatever it is. It's a tangent, but I see it a lot. And I think the person thinking that thought would improve their own life, actually. Their life would be better, selfishly. If instead of thinking everyone was dumb if they disagreed with you or had a different opinion, they spent the time to go, what would the alternative solution be besides me thinking that everyone who disagrees with me is an idiot?
Yeah. I've learned some of the most interesting things that I've learned about human psychology with that mindset by coming to Donald Trump, Justin Bieber, Logan Paul, these popular things that I was not a fan of.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but you didn't watch PewDiePie much before you did our first breakdown of him. You didn't like Logan Paul before doing his breakdown. You weren't a Trump supporter. You just did the breakdown because he was popular. And you learn a lot more from that than when you do a breakdown of someone who's already in your belief system, in your echo chamber. It doesn't mean that you need to, that doesn't mean that necessarily I'm Justin Bieber's diehard or Logan Paul's diehard or Donald Trump's diehard fan. It just means that I've understood something much more interesting about the way that humans interact. If you go, I don't understand how this happened, and then you learn how it happened, you learn something for yourself about human psychology and the populace beyond just going, everyone is stupid, in which case you learn nothing and you feel good on your high horse, but you're not actually improving at all. And you do nothing to be able to be like those people or prevent those people, whatever your cause is, you know?
This was my one ketamine takeaway, actually, that I wrote down, was everyone has something to teach you. And we're going very concrete here. In the case of the experience on ketamine, it was much more metaphysical. Like my MacGruber, my dog, is the perfect MacGruber. Even when he's a pain in the butt, he's the perfect version of him. And it was a sense of not arguing with reality, of going, the way things are is the best teacher. And assume that not that you're imagining of how this ought to be, that my dog ought not to bark, is in fact a better version, and this is somehow a faulty version of the ideal that exists in my head. But no, this is the perfect version, and this has so much to teach me because I have a faulty version of what my dog ought to be somewhere in my head. Doesn't mean that he then can't change, but if I come to him trying to learn about why he barks, what triggers him, then I am so much better equipped to affect change.
Exactly. That's what I was just gonna say. If you think your dog barks because it's a bad dog, you can't fix your dog. You just yell at it and hate it and resent it. But if you think, oh, my dog's barking, what if it weren't because it's dumb? What if it weren't because it's bad? Maybe it's because of these other things. And then you can, weirdly enough, you can make change, the change you want to see.
Maybe he's the perfect, most brilliant dog who is doing exactly what he should be doing, giving all the inputs right now. And then you go,
the inputs.
Exactly. And so it was more metaphysical than that. It was like, everything is perfect, you know, how it can be. But it has a very concrete takeaway, which is if you still desire to shift things towards the ideal that exists in your head, even after recognizing, hey, everything is perfect as it is, you're better equipped to do so.
Sure. No, if you want to be president and your answer is that everybody who voted for the person that's not you is an idiot, you will never be president because there are no lessons learned. So it's funny enough, selfishly, people should just assume there's more going on. That's what that Endgame thing reminds me of. These critics, they can't create the best-selling movie if they're going to keep ignoring the best-selling movie.
Well, forget best-selling. Assume that you don't even want best-selling. Clearly, they tapped into something, whether you want to say it's the mythology that modern day superheroes represent, whether it's that incredible score that comes together when
there's just
when
lessons to be learned.
There's so much value in those movies. And if you assume, wait, this is broken, why does it work? You'll often find the piece that is broken wasn't broken at all. This is what I encountered when I started looking into Donald Trump. I was like, he's broken. He said winning 13 times in 30 seconds. That's a poor speaker.
Yeah.
Because good speakers are eloquent. They don't repeat words. There's a better economy of words going on when they speak. And then I said, okay, what if this wasn't broken? What if 13 was the exact number of times you wanted to say winning in 30 seconds?
Yeah.
And lo and behold, that's part of Donald Trump's greatest strength, is that he boils things down into memeable, spreadable ideas and then repeats the ever-living crap out of them. Make America great again. We're going to be winning. So much winning, you're going to be sick of winning. Did I say winning? We're going to be winning.
Yeah.
Because when we're winning, you're winning and I'm winning.
Yeah.
It's just like...
No, and if you're in the audience, you're like, cool. I want to make America great again and win.
Yeah. And I stopped assuming that humans, including myself, were these cerebral, what is it called? Primate brain driven rational creatures, and started really understanding the degree to which simplistic emotions and base, you could call them fears and desires, drive behaviors, and then of course are rationalized by this top brain that has a bunch of fancy words to put on top of everything, which is backed up in a lot of the science that you'll read today. But Trump is an excellent example of what that might look like in a persuasive context. Mm-hmm. So if we do, some of the charismatic people, two people that I know would definitely make it are Barack Obama and Donald Trump.
And they're sort of opposite orators.
They're in many ways very different, but
change. Yeah, they're similar in some ways too.
Yes,
I know.
Yes. Hope that you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more like this and have us do more podcasts, we are 100% funded by our generous patrons. And if you'd like to contribute, there's a link in the description, and we'll have one pop up on the screen right here so that we can do more podcasts where we have fun conversations and hopefully some deep ones like this. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.